in this series of videos, I'm going to be showing you how to build these really cute, absolutely fantastic, fully functional iron farms, all in the style of a vehicle. They're all based around my tiny iron farm, and each one of them, with the exception of the school bus at the end, fits in an area of 4 blocks by 7. That's tiny. And each one of them will produce at least 350 iron ingots per hour, and they'll work 24/7. All you have to do is make sure that you don't put these within 20 blocks of another villager. They all use lava to kill the golems, because lava is the quickest way to do that. The lava will kill a golem within 12 seconds, which means even if the golem spawns at this end of the vehicle, he'll be dispatched within 15 seconds. The villagers inside will then call another golem within 30 seconds. So every 45 to 50 seconds you'll get a golem. Each golem will drop between 3 and 5 pieces of iron. So you can do the maths. These things work. So now I'll show you how to build them. Hey everybody, this is Frilioth and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to build this really tiny iron farm in the shape of a fire engine. Now before we get started, I just want to point out this will not work in Bedrock. It won't work on console or Better Together, anything like that. It will only work in Java 1.16.3. Okay, so please don't ask in the comments if this works in Bedrock. It won't work in Bedrock. Now to build it, you're going to need everything that's in this chest. So pause the video if you need to. So now let's find somewhere to build it. Now you need an area that is 4 blocks by 7 blocks. It's 4 blocks wide, 7 blocks deep. You'll have to build up at least 6 blocks. So bear that in mind when you're finding a place to build this thing. But it is tiny. So to start with, we're going to put down the wheels. So you need to stick down a wheel on the corner there, then miss 2 blocks, put down another wheel, and then go down the sides, missing 3 blocks, third wheel, and then back over again, missing 2 blocks, and there's your 4th wheel. So now take out your nether brick slabs, and you need to put slabs all the way around the bottom of the vehicle. So now you've got that. And take out your red concrete and you need to fill almost all of this level. We're going to need to miss a space, which is where your zombie is going to stand. That is there. That space there is going to be the place where the zombie stands. So leave that one uncovered like that. So now you should have that. So now you want to go down the side of the vehicle and you want to put down 2 pieces of red concrete there, and then you want to put down a cauldron, and then a chest, and then 2 more pieces of concrete. And then fill in the front and do the same, only mirrored on the other side. So 3 pieces of concrete, a cauldron, a chest, then a cauldron, and then 2 more pieces of concrete. Now you want to get onto the inside of the vehicle. You need to put another piece of red concrete there. And then you'll need to jump in your hole, jump into here, and you'll need to put down a trapdoor just there and open it, and a trapdoor there and open it. That's going to separate the zombie and the villager enough so that the zombie can't hit the villager. Now, I never had this happen to me in testing, but by all accounts, it does happen. If your zombie is stood right in this corner and your villager is stood right in this corner, there's a chance that the zombie can hit the villager. Okay, these trapdoors will stop that from happening. So if you've built the original tiny iron farm and you're having problems with your villagers turning into zombie villagers, this will cure it, okay? So now you should have something that looks like that. Now grab your red concrete again. We're going to put red concrete all the way down the left-hand side of it, down to here. And then across the front, we're going to put panes of glass. Now I'm using clear glass so you can see it. But you can use any colour you like. And then down the other side, another row of red concrete. So now you've got that. Now, before we put the roof on, we just need to get back inside. We need to put down the beds inside. So take out your beds. So I'm going to use red beds. And this is very important. You need a bed there like that with the head of it facing towards the back. If you've got it this way round, then your villager will jump out of bed in the hole and it will die, or the zombie's going to be able to get to it. So make sure the head of the bed on this bed is facing towards the back. And then the beds at the back of the fire engine need to be facing forward. Okay, so the feet of the villagers are at the back, and the feet of this villager is facing the front. So the beds need to be that way around. Now jump back inside again, grab yourself 2 blocks of glass, and you'll need to put a glass block there and a glass block there. That allows the villager to stand here and not feel threatened by the zombie. It breaks the line of sight of the zombie and the villager, which allows them to be able to sleep at night. They won't sleep if they're scared. So if they can see the zombie, if the zombie can see the villager, they won't sleep at night, and they need to be able to sleep in order for them to be able to summon golems. So whenever the villager is here, he's going to feel safe. He's going to jump into bed. The zombie's then going to be able to see him. He'll get frightened, jump out of bed again, run back down to here, feel safe again. And that's what breaks the line of sight and allows this farm to continually work. So once you've put those 2 blocks on like that, we need to put the roof on. So grab your red concrete again, and we'll need to put red concrete just there. And then another line above it, and then another line just there. And then on these 2 blocks here, we're going to put down a couple of jack-o'-lanterns. That's going to provide light for the inside, because these are spawnable blocks. And if it's completely dark in here, then mobs are going to be able to spawn in here and kill your villagers. So we do need a bit of light. We're using jack-o'-lanterns for a couple of reasons, really. Firstly, they are relatively easy to get hold of. They're easy to make, a torch and a pumpkin or shaved pumpkin. They're much easier to make than sea lanterns or glowstone, because you don't have to go to the nether or find a guardian temple. And also, golems can spawn on them. Golems can't spawn on glowstone or sea lanterns. So if you were to use sea lanterns or glowstone there, you would restrict the amount of spawning spaces that are available for the golem on the top. So by using jack-o'-lanterns, you've just got a couple more spawning spaces. Then grab yourself the red concrete again, and you need to put some red concrete around there like that. Now take out your chests. These can be barrels if you want them to be. I'm using chests, but as I say, a couple of barrels there. It's up to you. Any storage unit would be fine. They're shulkers if you want to put a couple of shulkers in it. It's entirely up to you, but you need some kind of storage there. Then take out your hoppers, and you'll need a couple of hoppers pointing straight down into the chest like that. And then you'll need a couple of hoppers pointing into those hoppers, making sure the nozzle is facing that hopper there. If it's pointing down or pointing that way, the stuff going into those hoppers won't make its way into the chests, and it just won't work. It won't be as efficient. So make sure they're pointing the right way. Then you'll need to crouch again, put another couple of hoppers facing into those hoppers. And then on the other side, crouch, and another couple of hoppers there facing into those hoppers. Now do make sure these are all facing the right way, because if this has been running for a couple of days and you're only getting a few bits of iron in there, and you've got iron at the top just mingling around, it's probably because you've got the hoppers facing the wrong way. So just double check that. So now you should have something that looks like that. So now it's time to put in the spawning and killing area at the top of the fire engine. So get yourself up on top and take out your beds. You want a blue bed and a red bed, and you'll need to put a blue bed there and then a red bed there like that. That's going to look like the emergency lights from the front. I think that looks fantastic. And then take out your nether brick walls, and you'll need to put a wall all the way around the outside. You're going to have to crouch going over the hoppers. And then along the back, you'll need to build that wall up another level, and then come down the sides by 2 more walls. So 1 wall there, 1 wall there like that. Now take out your signs. These can be any sign. I'm using crimson signs because of the color, but these can be any signs you like, because signs won't burn in lava. You could make this out of wood if you like, but you need to make sure it's the wood that you find in the nether. Okay, if you use normal overworld fences, i.e. oak or spruce or birch or dark oak or any of the ones that you find in the overworld, and you have fire ticks turned on your server or your single game, they'll catch fire. The lava will set them on fire, and you'll have, well, there'll be tears. Okay, so if you wanted to use crimson fence posts around here, crimson wood fence posts, then you could, but don't use wood from the overworld. Okay, or stick to walls, and then you'll be perfectly safe. So take out your signs, and you'll need to put 2 signs there, and you'll need to put 2 signs there. Okay, and then you want to take out your lava and put lava there and there. Now the signs are they don't have hitboxes, so the golems won't get stuck on them, but they will hold back the lava. Okay, same with the ones at the back. Now jump on the bed, take out your buckets of water, and you'll need to put a bucket of water there, bucket of water there. So now when the golem spawns there, they'll spawn in water. As long as there is a solid block underneath, they'll spawn in water. They'll spawn there, and they'll flow down, and they'll die in the lava. The lava is going to kill them within 12 seconds. So even if they spawn here, they'll probably die within 15 seconds. And then the villagers inside will call for another golem within 30 seconds. So you should have a golem spawning on here every 45 to 50 seconds, at least one a minute. So it's very, very efficient, and it works really quickly. You no longer need a 16 by 16 area, a massive amount of spawning spaces to get a decent iron farm. So now you should have something that looks like that. Now, before we start getting the villagers and the zombie in there, we just need to spawn-proof the outside of the farm. We need to spawn-proof at least 7 blocks away on either side, on every side of the farm. And that's to stop the golems spawning outside. If we don't do that, then the golems are going to spawn out here. The villagers inside are going to stop calling for golems. It's going to break the farm. So grab yourself some carpet or any other non-spawnable block. I mean, if you want to put replace all of these with glass, you can do, or if you want to use grass blocks and turn them into path blocks, that would work as well. Okay, but however you do it, it all needs to be spawn proofed to within an area of 7 blocks outside of the farm. So now we've done that, it's time to get the villagers in there. So you need to wrangle yourself 3 villagers. Like that. I'm using spawn eggs, but obviously you can get these in boats or minecarts from nearby villages. If there are villagers nearby, make sure that you either break all the beds in those villages, or make sure that the villagers are at least 64 blocks away from the iron farm. Otherwise it could interfere with it, and it could stop these guys from claiming these beds. Okay, so get the villagers close by, and then the easiest way to get them inside the farm is to break that wall there and put a solid block on the floor there like that. You need to break that one as well. And then just wait for it to get dark. And once it gets dark, these guys are going to want to get into the beds. Come on, fella, you know you can do it. There you go. Perfect. So that was easy, wasn't it? So they've all claimed a bed. Don't worry that they've taken the trades off of the cauldron. They're fishermen now. They're leather workers now. You don't have to worry about that. They don't need a trade to summon a golem. Okay, so that's no longer a thing in 1.16.3. So don't worry about making them a trade. Oh, don't worry about if they've already got a trade. Don't worry about it. They just need to be able to sleep and to be scared. And the zombie in there is going to scare them in a minute when we get him. So once you've got those guys in like that, you can then block it off like that. Making sure again that this entire area is completely spawn proof, because if it's not, the minute you get a zombie inside there, or anyway, I mean, even if the zombie is here, he'll be able to see the villagers and he will set this off and it will start working. But really you need to get a zombie or a husk or a drowned inside here. Just there. I'm going to do it using a spawn egg, but this is probably the hardest part of getting this farm to work, is to get your zombie or your husk or your hostile mob in there. But this is not a video on zombie wrangling, so I'm afraid you're going to have to work that one out for yourself. So once you get your zombie in here, this is going to start, and we should get golems. We should get golems at the top within the next 10 seconds or so. So he's now scared, the little fellas. They're running around, and there you go. As if by magic. Now, if this guy's wearing armor or carrying a weapon, you probably won't need to name tag him. I'm going to name tag him anyway, and it's a good thing to do, just in case his armor breaks or for whatever reason. But just name tag him, and that way he won't despawn. Because the last thing you want is for all the work to get a zombie in there, for you to go away, unload the chunk, come back again, and the zombie to have despawned. Okay, so get your zombie in there, and then just block him in like that. Now, if you do this during the day and these guys haven't slept, then your farm won't work straight away. The guys, the villagers in there need to sleep. They need to have slept within the last Minecraft day, the last 24,000 ticks, for this to work. Okay, so now as you can see, it's working fine. So now you should have something that looks like that. Now it's time to start decorating this thing. So we'll start at the front, and this really is entirely up to you guys, however you want to decorate it. I'll just show you how I decorated it, but you can decorate it however you like. So grab yourself some item frames, and you'll need item frames there, and there, like that, and then item frames all the way along the front at the top, like that. Okay, and then grab yourselves your red stained glass panes, and you'll want red stain panes there, and then blue stain panes just there like that. And take out your glowstone, put 2 pieces of glowstone in the front like that. They're the headlights. And then take out an orange bed. These are going to be the indicators. And we'll want an orange bed there, rotated around so the white is on the inside, the orange, the indicator part, is on the outside like that. And then take out some acacia trapdoors, and you'll want to put your acacia trapdoors there, and then just open them so they look like a grill. Now take out your levers, and you want to come round to one side or the other. We'll come to this side first. Put a lever there, and on top of that lever, you're going to want to put a black pane of glass. That looks like the wing mirror. And then do the same on the other side. A lever like that, and then a pane of glass on top of it. And then to finish off around the front, just grab yourself a bell, and if you've wrangled your villagers from a nearby village, you should be able to nick their bell as well. And then just put a bell just up there like that. Next we'll work on the sides, so come down to the right hand side, the right hand side as you're looking at it from the front. Take out a ladder, and you'll want to put a ladder all the way from the bottom to the top. Just like that. And then we'll take out some tripwire hooks. We'll put those there and there. They can be the attachments for the hoses. And then take out your iron bars, and we're going to put a couple of iron bars there and there. And now I'm going to stick a sign on it. So we'll put a sign above the chest. Like that. Grab another one for the other side. Okay, so that's that side done. And then you want to pop round to the other side. And this side we won't be putting a ladder on. You can put a ladder there if you want to. I'm not going to be putting one on this side. So it's a couple of tripwire hooks there and there. Your sign there. And then a couple of iron bars there. So now you've got something that looks like that. Whiz round to the back. And we're going to need to stick down a couple of ladders. One there and one there. And then take out your item frames again. Put a couple of item frames along the top 2 hoppers, top 2 middle hoppers. And then item frames all the way along the bottom, like so. And then take out your orange beds, and you want a couple of indicators. So you want a bed there and a bed there, rotating them again so the white bit is on the inside. And then take your red beds out. Put your red beds there, they're the stoplights. Now whip out your blue stained and red stained glass again, and you'll want a blue stained bit of glass in there, red stained bit of glass in there like that. And then you'll need some red banners, and you'll want to crouch, put a red banner there and one there. And then you'll want to put 2 of them on this side. like that. And then 2 of them around here on this side to hide the hoppers, like that. And then take out your stone buttons. I'm using stone buttons. You can, in fairness, use any button you want, but I'm using stone. So you want to put those in the middle of the tyres there. Put those in the middle of the tyres there. And there you go. You've got yourself a fire engine. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, everybody. If you have, please don't forget to leave it a like. And if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future tutorials. This is Frilioth, and I'm out of here.